Okay, a very good morning to you and welcome to Sports DIDI Live, reaching you from River State Television, Channel 22 here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. And of course, I'm standing in for DIDI, who is at the background putting things together to ensure that today's edition is a wonderful one. My name is KELJ, call me KELJ, the King of Sports. And I'm not alone in the house this morning. I've got my friend, my organ, my boss, Chris Amadi. Welcome.
My cousin. Mama, I don't teach you how to do boss. So I will learn from Corona. Me, I don't know how to boss.
Okay, we are going to be dishing out some top stories that will interest you, coming from what happened in the local scene, talking about the Bayelsa Queens who did exploit at the WAFU Zone B qualifiers as far as the Women's Champions League is concerned. We're also going to be taking a look at the Super Falcons, who played 2-leg friendly games in USA, even though they lost the 2 games. We're also going to be looking at the Chan Eagles that, calamity befell them before Nigeria the second time. After not going to the World Cup, now Black Galaxies of Ghana denied the Chan Eagle again. And they're also going to be looking at the sack of Tuchel, the Champions League, and today's Europa. Once again, welcome to Sports DIDI Live. And quickly, without wasting much of your time, let's take a look at Bayelsa Queens that defeated Ampa Dakar of Cote d'Ivoire 2-1 to ensure that they lift that trophy and also book a spot in the CAF Women's Champions League this edition. Last season it was Rivers Angels, even though they did not do well. It was the maiden edition, but this time around Bayelsa Queens, they blew away every opposition that came to them, and now they are into the Champions League proper. We are going to be looking at their performance from winning the league, the ITO Cup, and again winning this qualification championship. Now quickly, let's take a look at the Rivers, the Bayelsa Angels side. I mean, what do you think that has been going well for them? They won the FA, they won the league, and now winning the WAFU Zone B, qualifying for the Champions League.
The thing I think going well for them is just every of the success of every team is dependent on the dressing room. If the dressing room is speaking with one voice, that togetherness will always be there. And with that unity, with the unity, you can surmount any kind of mountain. That bravery will be there. You will be asking, bring it on. Any team, even if they're bringing Brazil celestial female team, you say bring it on because of that together. But once the house is cracked.
And again, I think that the governor, talking about the DIDI, has been doing exceptionally well to ensure that he encourages them, financially.
Yeah, even if the governor encourages them, but the root of every success of a team is dressing room. You can give them, okay, look at the Super Eagles at the Nations Cup, they were promised 7 and 8. What went wrong? But if once that unity is not there, I appreciate the unity they have, the cohesiveness, their link-up play, the way they just fight like a family.
Okay, now that they've qualified for the Champions League, we saw what happened to Rivers Angels. They were not able to, give Nigeria a good representation last season. I mean, what are you expecting, or what are your expectations on Bayelsa Queens? I keep calling them Rivers Angels. Anyway, they are brothers, they are sisters.
Both son and brother and sister.
Exactly.
What they should do is to learn from the experience of Rivers Angels. Yes, they should learn from the experience. The problem we have here is pride. If not, there's nothing wrong in the coach putting a call across to this, where did you get it wrong, or what went wrong, or what do you think we should do better? Because this thing we're talking about here now, we're not talking about Bayelsa Queen. It's a representation for Nigeria.
Exactly.
So there's nothing wrong in getting an idea from your fellow coach in the same country because you're wearing the color of Nigeria. If you bring it, they say Nigerian won it, they won't say Bayelsa Queen. Even though they will write Bayelsa Queen on the body. But it's
for Nigeria. Okay, still talking female football here. Let's go to the United States of America, where the Super Falcons, they played a 2-leg friendly match with USA ladies. I want to say that they are still into their learning process. They lost the first one by 4-0, and in the second game, they lost 2-1, even though Nigeria broke the record of USA. Yes,
20 years.
Yes, 886 minutes. The USA
score.
They have not conceded goal, and Nigeria scored. So I mean, previously we are saying that the female or the women's national team, that they are not getting good preparations. They are not playing friendly matches, but they were getting it right. But now that they are playing friendly matches, they went for Australia, I think for a 2-week tour before the WAFCON. Now they went to US to play this one, and in October they'll be traveling to Japan. But we were not able to at least get the third place, get good results. I mean, what went wrong? Where have we gotten it wrong? Because previously we have a chunk of home-based players playing and getting the results, getting the titles for us. But now that we brought in foreign players, I mean, we are not getting it right.
That's why I have a problem with what do you call him, Madubike. He said he's not coming to. I said you should better please don't come back, because they are taking Nigerian football 25 years back. You're doing something, you're not getting results. You don't re-strategize to look at something else. You're just busy going on one road, and that road is causing you a problem. You're having a flat tire, you're having your camber broken. You're not thinking, there are routes you can divert along the line, but you have refused to divert. And you're now you are appraising yourself on your personal glory, that the FIFA is recognizing you. If FIFA recognizes you, what has it benefited Nigeria?
Okay,
so if you try it till it doesn't work, you try something else.
And we are going to the World Cup, more friendly matches for these ladies. And as far as I'm concerned, they are not really getting it right as far as the friendly matches are concerned. And even at the World Cup, we've been local champions, even though we're not able to, to get even the bronze medal at the last WAFCON, at the last Nations Cup. Now we are going to face the larger world, world-class players. I mean, what will be our fate?
Our fate is just hanging in the balance. There's nothing you can do about it until something is drastically done. Now, is it not painful and so disgraceful and disrespectful that Wardron had to leave from the Nations Cup instead of coming back to report to the boss and tell the boss, go back to drawing board and look at what to do, where you got it wrong, or he decided to disrespectfully leave?
And that is what Amaju.
And then Amaju Village has done nothing about it.
He hasn't said anything.
And you still pay that man.
And the next time he still go and bring another Oyibo coach.
Just because of the Nigerian factor. If not, you can't do this in their own country.
Exactly. And we have been clamoring for the NFF to bring back some of our ex-internationals. We have so many.
What is wrong in Mesaki? They're coming back. These guys. When she was there, the guys were doing well.
Exactly.
Omagbemi Florence.
Yes. The likes of what's her name now? Ukere Uche.
Yeah.
They are all there.
So what's wrong? These are women. Look at the woman that defeated the entire Europe, Serena Wegman, the English woman, beating women left, right, and center.
And now they've qualified for the World Cup with a whopping 10 goals to nothing against Kosovo. Honestly, it's really painful that we are not getting it right at this point in time. We need to get it right, even from the men's national teams and of course the men's national team. Okay, let's move on now to something much more interesting. Let's quickly go straight to the Champions League. That is the CAF Champions League. Of course, we know that it's going to be happening this weekend, and we have two representatives. Rivers United and of course Plateau United. Rivers United, they've been preparing for this particular one. The last time it was a kind of a classroom work where they were taught the modern way of playing the game and of course the rules. I mean, can this be translated into the Champions League? Because they've gotten a whole lot of support. Don't forget that the governor of Rivers State,
POS
Africa, promised or has given them a whopping sum of $20,000 for winning the league. A very big motivation. And they've gone for tours in Spain and of course in Turkey to play friendly games. So how do you think, or do you think that this will be a kind of motivation for them? Don't forget that they're going to be playing against Watanga of Liberia in the preliminary stages come this weekend.
That's correct. Well, the motivation is good, very, very good. There's nothing wrong about it. But the only problem I will have is if Stanley Eguma decides now to do his own thing, letting the very league he wants to go into it, because that was the problem the Chelsea coach had before he sacked him. The 3 glorious cups or trophies or silverware went into his head. He even refused to respect the owner of Chelsea. That caused for his sacking. So if Aguma would just put the trophy behind him and tell the boys, look, it is now time to fight a proper war, because this one now we do an in-house. The other one we are going to the open space. It's an open drama thing. Go there and show yourself. And make them, like Ogumbote told him by one of the matches, go inside the field, commit suicide and come out alive. How can the man who committed suicide come out alive? Okay. That's the kind of mentality, psychology you need to psych up the boys.
Okay, and also, I think what they need to do again, this Nigerian factor thing, that we only concentrate on the pitch. We don't concentrate on the pitch arrangement. Like sending advanced team, making proper arrangement to ensure that the players and the officials get to the match venue or to the country they are playing, going on time.
Well and on time.
Yes, acclimatize and know what to do. I think this is one factor that have been, affecting Nigerians, especially playing in the continental championship.
That's the problem, because somebody will be waiting until his palm is greased or her palm is greased.
Sometimes you hear about all those non-issuers of visa,
If you come and they say who told you, but when you go to FA office, you hear some kind things. They point finger and say, if you talk and now they go sack you, because somebody had been waiting for his or her palm to be before she can move a file to the governor's office, to the sports commission office, for things to be done on time for these people to move. You now allow them to have this jet lag when they appear there. The other people already refreshed, waiting for them. They will just struggle, and you see them say, this one now come in drink, because the person is tired already.
Okay, and again, we didn't see much of recruitment, in the side of Rivers United, but some of their players, traveled for trials, and some of them also secured a club side outside the shores of this country. So don't you think that could be a kind of
that's a big mistake that affect them? It was just like what we were discussing on the camera. Man City selling 3 players and getting a quality replacement. If you're removing a knife that is sharp, you should be able to get the one that is sharper. Now, allowing players to go for trials, allowing players to be sold out to other clubs, did you have a quality replacement? Because this was another thing too that affected Tuchel. You were buying half-baked players and selling out the quality ones. No good replacement. Fofana, how can you compare him to Rudiger? It's not done. So if you allow Rivers Angel to sell out players, you should be able to get Rivers United, to sell out the players or allow that to go. You should be able to have eye, or if you don't have that eye, get somebody who is technically sound that can know quality players that will replace the one you're selling out. That was one good thing I found in Alex Ferguson. That man has this ego eye to know a player that can wreck a whole team, either as a ball juggler or as a tip-tap somebody or whatever.
Okay, and let's also take a look at another Nigerian representative, talking about Plateau United. They came second in the league last season, and of course they're going to be playing against Maji of Gabon. And we've also seen Plateau United, the few times they've appeared in the CAF Champions League and the Confederations Cup, they've not really done well. And of course, that before now, in the league, it was like a neck-to-neck battle with Rivers United, but eventually Rivers United won the league. I mean, what do you think that Plateau United must do? Because it pains me that we have 4 club sides to represent Nigeria in a CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup respectively, but none of them will make it to the group stages.
Look at the captain of Plateau United, how fatted he is. Look at his stomach. How can this person run with somebody that's lean? Look at how this just more or less a weightlifter. How can this person run with somebody that's lean? You don't raise this kind of persons and bring them, because what the problem we have is that we do this our Nigerian team. You want to bring your brother into the club even when it's not good. you leave the person that is good. So how do you expect to make wave? You can't make wave. You look at the Egyptians, Tunisians, Algerians, Moroccans, Libyans, just check them. They go for who merits what and give it to the person. They don't even care whether you are their brother or not. All they want, they are interested on the very integrity they have to protect. They place value on their integrity. They place value on their respect. They place value on the glory of the corporate glory of either the club side or the nation as a whole. But here we will bring our brother, even one our brother. Look at the captain. How can such person be a footballer?
Okay, still talking home-based football. Remember that calamity befell Nigeria the second time. Black Galaxy of Ghana denied Nigeria from making it to this year's CHAN competition that we hosted in Algeria. Now, the first leg ended 2-0 in Cape Coast, Ghana, and they're coming to Abiola Stadium here in Nigeria. Nigeria won 2-0, but they lost out in penalty. Well, we said that the penalty is not man's game. But Salisu Yusuf, I wonder why the NFF will keep it separate.
Well, it's the same thing we're saying here. When somebody is there trying to make things to work for his own business, that is the problem. Give these things to technocrats who know what they are looking for, who have the honest to go for it. You don't just bring this thing, looking at face, doing your brother thing, making it a family circle, and then expect to get the same result as somebody who had been groomed, who have been interviewed, who have been through rigorous process to get at that place, knowing that any one slip, he will be shown the door out. Here in Nigeria, even if you like, go there and carry 10-0 back home, basket load of goals, nobody does anything. They will not leave it and say, leave them, then we will go to drawing board. Where is this drawing board that they go to, that they don't even see the mistake and correct those anomalies?
Okay, will you attribute this to of course, we know that a minute after the league, the boys went into
it comes across everything in Nigeria.
Okay. All right, we should go for this quick break, and when we return, we'll be traveling down to Europe. Don't forget, you can follow us on our social media handles, and for your contribution or your calls, you can as well reach us on WhatsApp via the number that is being displayed on the screen. My name is Kelje. I've got Chris Amadi here, and the show is Sports DD Live. Let's go for this quick break. We'll be right back.
Best moments. Freedom. Agony. Celebration. From the part of the professionals comes Vision Training Moments. Sports DD, the very best in sports reporting and programming from the professionals. Be part of the action with DD. For sponsorship, call 080-3340-3174 or visit the marketing manager RSTV complex, 11 Moore Road, Port Harcourt. Sports DD, simply professional.
All right, welcome back. I still Sports DD, and now let's switch attention to what happened or what's been happening in Europe from the UEFA Champions League and the sacking of some managers, and of course today's fixtures in the Europa League. First, let's look at Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel. Chris Amadu, we were talking off camera, and you were justifying the sacking of Thomas Tuchel, that he's not getting it right, that is long overdue, and he, his own kind of transfers is not going well, or did not go well with Chelsea. And now I want us to look at what are the things he did? What are those things he did that has kept Chelsea where they are today?
One major thing, Tuchel is a good coach, no doubt. His problem is the same problem of Antonio Conte, the same problem of Mauricio Sarri. They are very stubborn people. They don't want to bend. They have failed to realize that he that pays the piper dictates the tune. Now, you have been playing a formation. That formation, you succeeded with it. And you see that everybody had, because one thing about this life is that when you're at the top, people down want you down so that they can take over. It's a competition. So you always expect that those down will always want to understudy what you did right to beat them and then plug those loopholes. Now you have been playing a formation, and that formation, that pattern of play, is everybody has understood it. Even when you are very close to the opponent's 18 on a counter fast break, you will tell the players to take ball back to your goalkeeper. When the opponent had returned and blocked it, how do you intend to go through? And the players will be complaining that this is not helpful. That's one. Two, he began to weed out the old guards. He wanted to sweep away everybody at once. The leaving of Rudiger was not of his will. It was against his will. Then thirdly, he had this problem with the owner of Chelsea now, Pole and Gabali. Okay. Two of them, they were not in talking terms. So that was the man didn't want to see him. He had to call him on phone, said, guy. He came to the training ground, Cobham field. He didn't meet any player. He was disappointed. Only for him to be called on phone. When somebody monitoring him said he's here, the man called him and said, you are no longer needed. Go and pack your things, your pay, everything has been ready.
Okay, quickly, in a minute, what will be the way forward for Chelsea?
The way forward for Chelsea is to get a better replacement, because there's no genuine reason why you will drop a beautiful wife and go for an ugly one. So the Graham Potter of BHA, Brighton Hove Albion, they want to go for, it's like a gamble. You don't rule out any possibility, because impossibility is nothing. That is true.
Especially in football.
Yes, in football. It's like the case of Guardiola. If you follow his antecedents, you see that he was a nobody when Barcelona was going through this kind of gullible like Chelsea now. They say, okay, right now we can't go to bring a new coach. Let's just bring our feeder team coach, who happened to be Guardiola, because he played under Johan Cruyff and Brian Robson. So when they brought him, say, hold the rem until we find a better coach. And the man just came, started beating both Real Madrid, everybody, Atletico, left, right, and center, and took off the shine from it. They said, there's no point. So Potter could be another Pep Guardiola in this guys as a blessing for Chelsea, but I don't know.
Okay, just like we've been discussing, Dynamo Zagreb beating Chelsea 1-0, and this season's UEFA Champions League opener, and Man City winning 4-0 with Erling Haaland scoring a brace in that particular one. Real Madrid, they won 3-0. Ajax hammered Rangers 4-0. Napoli, let's quickly just look at this in a minute. Napoli beating Liverpool by 4-1. At the point, it was 3-0. You know, now it's becoming too obvious that the exit of Sadio Mane is really affecting.
No, it is. I said it here that they will miss money. It was 1 goal short to repeat what happened in 1966. Napoli beat Liverpool 5-1 in 1966. Then in 2012, Napoli beat Chelsea 4-1, this time 4-1. And God helped Chelsea to come back and turn the table. Ended up lifting the trophy.
Okay. All right, so other results, Atletico Madrid defeated Porto by 2-1. And we have a Barcelona hammering Victoria Pleasant by 5-1. And Internacional, they lost at San Siro by 2-0 in the hands of the Bavarians, Bayern Munich. And Tottenham, another English side, beating Olympique de Marseille by 2-0. And quickly before I leave the studio, let's take a look at the two English sides that we're playing in tonight's Europa League. Yes, we'll have Arsenal. They'll be traveling to FC Zurich by a 5 p.m. That's when that game will be 5:45. Pardon. That's when that game will come up, and we have Manchester United. They will be at the Theatre of Dream to welcome Real Sociedad. Now, quickly, let's take a look at these two English sides. First, let's take a look at Arsenal playing against FC Zurich. Despite losing to Manchester United over the weekend, do you think that they can overcome FC Zurich?
Yeah, Arsenal, yes, I have that trust. The worst that can come up there is draw. For Man U, I see them beating Real Sociedad. The only problem they will have is if they try to let complacency set in, because they are beating Arsenal that has 100% record. If they let that complacency to set in, then the goal will be tied them today.
Okay, and Manchester United, Real Sociedad, we are talking of camera as well, that they are beginning to pick up.
Yeah, they're picking up because it's what I've always said here. The tripartite, the triangle authority was the problem Man U had. Now that Woodward has been shown the way and he left, Ferguson was shown the door, he left. When he was leaving, a Man U fan ran to him to beg him not to leave. But these are wise. They respect themselves and they obey instructions. It's not like the black man that will want to come from the back door. So now we have authority coming from one source, and everybody knows that it's either a bend or break affair. If you don't obey the power that be, of course you show the way. So now things are beginning to go as tailor to pattern.
Okay, that is how far we can travel in this edition of a Sports DD Live. I'm sure you enjoyed every bit of our conversation and our analysis. It's been a wonderful season for the UEFA Champions League and of course the EPL. And don't forget that this weekend the leagues will come back alive, and tonight I'm sure you're going to keep your eyes on the screen to see your clubs play in the UEFA Europa League. My name is KELJ, KELJ the King of Sports, and I did this with Chris Amadi. Thank you. Your last word?
Yeah, my last word is let Stanley Aguma try to see or make the boys understand that they have just done training in Nigeria domestic league. That the very Champions League is the stage where it happens. So they should be serious.
All right, thank you very much. Join us same time, same channel, and keep watching River State Television. It is bye from all of us.